today about when you're trying to get into the paralegal field and I call it going from stagnation to catapulting yourself into the field. You do not have to wait till you get your 2-year degree or your certificate. You can be in the middle of that, or maybe just the first semester, but you're going towards it. Now you have to investigate the paralegal regulations for each state. So your particular state, if it's California, I'll tell you an easy way to do this is go to my website, and I have a PDF there for you, and it's from the NFPA.org. And they put this out. Now, it was, the one I had up in the past was from, last update was 2016. They updated it 3 years later, 2019. It is not easy to find on their website. So you might have to Google that, Paralegal Regulations PDF at NFPA.org. But I'll tell you an easier way to grab the one that I just found, and it's from them, updated 2019, and it's Paralegal Regulations by State. So go to my website and look for, I believe it's under Paralegal Resources, and you'll scroll down and you'll see Paralegal Regulations, and it'll be a PDF you download from my website, okay? And it's pretty cool. We'll go to the link and it'll take you to the right place. But I'm giving you that website, NFPA.org. That's N like in Nancy, F like in Frank, P like in Peter, A like in Albert.org. And you can look through their website or Google that with the search term I just gave you and see if you can find a more updated one. But I'm not sure that they have one, okay? But each state has their own paralegal regulations that say you must have a degree or a certificate or a high school diploma. Now, California, several years ago, changed theirs, and they say just in order to call yourself a paralegal, you have to have a 2-year degree or a certificate, but it's up to you to investigate what that means in your state. Now, most of the other 49 states put in or a high school diploma. So it doesn't, I love that they don't exclude people, that you don't have to spend money if you don't have it. So that doesn't exclude you if you have a degrees in other things or you have no degrees. And I adore that. So catapulting yourself into the paralegal field doesn't always mean that you must go, this certain route. We'll put California off to the side for a minute. So you can get in with the other 49 states, and they have their regulations. Some will say, yes, you can apply for those jobs, no problem. All you have is a high school diploma, no problem. But you can't call yourself, it's what their regulations say. You cannot call yourself a paralegal technically until you have X amount of years experience. That's what they say in the regulations in a lot of those states, okay? Your attorney's probably gonna call you paralegal anyway, but that's that requirement that they set there. Okay, so go check that out. That's worth it to check it out. Because if you thought you were out in the cold, you can't get in, no, that's not true. And one of the things that people miss besides that is they miss the whole thing about your cover letter has to be convincing to the attorney that you are going to be able to help him even just a little bit on day one. Doesn't mean you're going in as an expert. They know that you're a beginner. They are totally into hiring beginners. Now, if you constantly send your resume and cover letter out and you're not getting a response, there's something wrong in what you're sending out, and I'm going to guarantee you it's the cover letter and or you're applying to the wrong jobs. Okay? So Stop worrying so much and solve those problems. Your cover letter has to convince the hiring attorney that you know how to do some things. If you're using your cover letter to just introduce your resume and you're relying on your resume for 90% of the convincing, that's the opposite. The opposite is true. The cover letter does, I would say, 90% of the convincing. They look at your resume for 10 to 15 seconds. That's it. Now, do you want to learn how to do a knock 'em dead cover letter that impresses the attorney? You just go to my website and look at the tab Cover Letter Secrets. That's open right now. But that whole website is for the beginner. So look at everything. Join the Paralegal Resource Hub. That's free. Now, go to paralegalcoffeetalk.com. That's the website. It's in the description box as well. You can always go back to the more recent videos and you'll see that in there. All right, so the worrying can be unnecessary as you go forward, because as paralegals, we're problem solvers, and getting into the field means you've got to figure out why they're not answering you. Okay, why they're not biting on your resume and cover letter. It's not because you're a beginner. It's not. So I have talked to attorneys about this as a paralegal in several law firms in the last 20 years, and said, what's your thoughts on that? They're totally ready to hire beginners. Now, what doesn't happen is they don't run a school at the law firm. So don't make that assumption. We don't assume. So stop worrying so much about this and solve some of these problems yourself. Okay, nobody else is going to solve them for you. I try to in these videos for you and courses that I put out there. I have the Cover Letter Secrets course and a membership, but the membership is closed right now. So I opened it for, I guess, about a week, and we're closed. So I focus on the people that joined. But that Cover Letter Secrets class is open. It's on demand. Videos and templates for you to use. So go check it out. It will change your life. It'll change how you think about what you're putting out there for them to look at. Matthew 6:34 is the verse we're on right now. It says, so don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today. So we are problem solvers as paralegals, legal assistants, legal secretaries. It's our MO. It's how we operate. And here's one of the things that people jump to. When you don't get an answer, you've sent your resume and cover letter out, to 10 different workplaces, and nobody's answering you, we start to jump to conclusions or assumptions, and we're saying, oh, they only want experience. That is so not true. If you're applying to entry jobs, beginner jobs, they want you. They're ready for you. But what you're saying is not impressive to them. And that's in the cover letter. So you can worry about the unknowns, and then you start making up stuff. I call them imaginations. And you've heard things from other people who couldn't get in, and they say the same thing. They're wrong too. So it goes back to, what do you know? How are you going to help the attorney? It doesn't mean you have to be an expert. And I teach you what that key is. You've got to change that, and you'll do it in the cover letter. When I learned this, no one was calling me back. And I discovered it. And I changed my cover letter and did the same resume. And I started getting callbacks. Give your anxious thoughts about this to God. Pray over everything. But put the effort in to send out the best cover letter that you can. And pray over it. You don't want to go into a toxic environment. You want to be in the best job, the best area of law that's geared towards your personality. So those worries, pray about it, give it to God. constant. Those worries, oh yeah, we like to be attacked with those worries. That's not God attacking you. So keep praying over this, your resume and cover letter and your career and, yes, your personal life, okay? When you look through the book of Psalms, which many of which were written by King David, there's either where he was singing these or praying these and all about the troubles in his life, and or just praising God, you know. And that book in the Bible is so wonderful to start reading through. And the book of Proverbs, which is the book of wisdom, okay? Read a chapter or just several verses every day of each book. It will help you greatly. So why worry when you can catapult yourself into this career by changing a couple things? It will open your eyes when you learn how to do that cover letter, because the attorney is looking at it for many reasons. You know, wants to be told some things about what you know and wants to see how you write. And so in the class, I give you a couple templates that are different, quite different from each other, but both work fantastically, okay? And don't keep sending out that same one. You don't need to write a book. Don't go over a page and a half for your cover letter. It's okay to go page and a half. I don't care what anybody says. You know, you're gonna catch in that cover letter that I teach you about, in the middle paragraph is where you're gonna catch their attention and impress them. So stop worrying, do the things necessary to up your game and catapult yourself into the field. No waiting unless you want to. Okay? Have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because it helps the video get seen by other people who are interested in the field, and that's important. That's the only reason I have this channel here, is to help. And what else can I tell you? Go to the website, look around, paralegalcoffeetalk.com. The link is in the description box, so easy to remember. But join the Paralegal Resource Hub. It's free. You'll see a tab for that. For the paralegal regulations, look under Paralegal Resources. You want that PDF? That's free. Click on the link. It'll take you to another website and download it from there, okay? So take notes on this. You need to do those things today. Avail yourself of the freebies. And look under the tab Legal Break-In book. I wrote that book for total beginners. Total beginners. The whole website is for beginners. So have a great one today. Thank you for being here live with me. I appreciate you all. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.